Hello, 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 hello. I am kind of proud of myself right now. I made a promise for 2023 to go live on a regular basis on Fridays. And here I am. Hey, week two, new habit being formed. How about you guys? Have you formed any new habits already? Are you kind of wanting to tell us and celebrate that you really put your actions where your words are? So here I am on this live on Friday, and the thought for today is around resets. So, as I think it's always going to be on these Fridays, they're going to be informed by the conversations that I'm having throughout the week with whether it's with clients or whether it's with the fabulous men and women that I get to network with that share their thoughts and ideas about business. That's how these lives are going to come to be, is through those conversations. So the thought for this week is resets. And I can tell you that resets come in all shapes and sizes. And this conversation was inspired by a simple reset. How often do we walk into our offices and go, oh my gosh, I can't even think. It is so much of a disaster in here. So Sandy, my business partner, who happens to be home with grandbabies today, she gave birth to my first grandson not too long ago, and she's on maternity leave. She knuckled down and cleaned that office. And if she's watching right now, she can post a picture of that very clean desk setup she has. So if you have a reset that you're doing right now and want to share it with us, please do. Please do. I'd love to see them. We want to celebrate these things because resets. Here's how I look at resets. Resets come in all shapes and sizes. They can be incredibly profound. Sometimes in our lives, perhaps it's the death of a loved one, perhaps it's a traumatic accident, illness, something like that, that resets, just simply resets the way we think. And that's the way they happen. And for me, I did a complete reset about 4 years ago. I gave up basically everything that I had worked for as far as the things of life and decided to reset around the relationships of life. And so I gave up all my things and started over. And it really caused me to change more than just the things. It caused me to change the way I was thinking. It caused me to change the decisions I made about who I was going to be with. And I can tell you for sure, though that was a huge life change, it did not happen overnight. I didn't wake up one morning and go, "Oh, I think I'll just move off 40 acres and leave this beautiful home and, end this relationship." I didn't do that overnight. It took time. It took time to think about it. And that's what I want to share with you. Whether your reset is simple, like just cleaning your office and freshening up your environment that you work with, or cleaning up your life and freshening up its environment, it is important to take time. Take time to think about it. So I was talking to someone this morning gotten who has had a reset forced on her. In other words, a planned business contract that she was going to have for this year didn't work. It went down the tubes. So everything she thought she was going to be doing didn't happen. And so she was in a real frenzy. She was just in a frenzy to fix it, fix it, fix it, fix it. And I said, shh, stop for a second. Slow down, slow down. Let's think. Let's think about this. Let's take the time we need, number one, to evaluate what has just happened, to really think about what just happened. Because sometimes those resets that are forced upon us are good. And they cause us to, if we do, stop and think. Stop and think about where we want to go from here. What are the pieces we want to take with from our past? What are the pieces we don't want to take with? What are we going to say yes to in the future? And what are we going to say no to in the future? So if you've had a reset, if you're watching this live or you are joining this after it has been posted, uh, and you want to share a little bit perhaps about a reset that you've experienced and how it has changed the way you think, I would invite you to do that. I think it's important that we share these things. So that's the last thought I really want to leave with you. I don't want to make these lives just really long, uh, but resets are important in our life. They cause us to rethink what we've been doing and to make decisions about what we want to do going forward. That's as simple as that. Resets can be things that we do ourselves. We make some goals, some new goals for the new year, and that resets our thinking going forward. But all of it should be done with intention, not just knee-jerk decisions. So that's kind of what the DAM plan is about. The D is for determined decisions, decisions we make that are based in the truth and backed up with our resolve and willingness to do something about them. So rather than just saying, oh my gosh, I got to do this, I got to fix this because I'm uncomfortable where I'm at in this reset moment, make a determined decision. Sit down, give yourself the time, grab a cup of tea or a glass of wine, whatever your choice is, and sit a while and think. All too often, all too often, we're in a frenzy because we're scared. There's no need to be scared. And if you are, what I'd like you to do more than anything, and you can call me if you'd like, and I can talk you out of the tree because that is what we should do. When we've gone through a reset, why not phone a friend? Phone a friend. Why do we continue to do life's moments like these alone? I did it. I did it alone, and it's the biggest regret I have in my life. Never again. So, if you need some help to walk you through a reset, if you need some help to maybe decide on what a reset should be, I invite you to call me. We can get on the phone for 15 minutes and chat. It's a no sales zone and just talk because I've needed it in the past. I reach out for it now in my present moment. It was a huge reset for me to say no more going it alone. So I encourage you, reach out to that friend during those moments of reset. And if you're not in that moment of reset, just clean your desk. It makes you feel that much better. So you have a fabulous weekend, the rest of this week. Bring it home strong, and we will talk to you again next Friday.